Hey everyone, so this is Harrow Season 3, Episode 7 called Sola Dosis Facit Venom, Venemum, meaning the dose makes the poison. So the case of the week is where a woman named Gabriella, um, who is killed at this hotel that she works at. Um, and It looks like she was killed um, by, an allergic reaction because she has swelling in her throat and on her lips, and she has raspberries stuck down her throat. Um, just to point out, they're whole raspberries too, not just like chewed up and, you know, the chewed up parts were stuck in her throat or anything. So turns out there's this Russian woman named Yelena, what is it? Yelena Grishenko, who is from a poor coal mining town, um, where she and 30% of the rest of the population have contracted emphysema. And so she's making a speech at this hotel, and she speaks out about environmental issues, and so she's someone from the Russian special forces um, is trying to kill them or kill her, to shut her up. Um, Specifically, two Russian special forces people come to try to do this, and as they go. And so, what Yelena does is she books two rooms. Um, she books two rooms. One is is used for a decoy, and the other she uses as actual um, her actual room that she stays in. And the room that she used as a decoy has a fruit platter which is on the room is on the VIP section. So the room gets sent a fruit platter, and in the fruit platter, raspberries are on them, and the people trying to kill her put this sort of like nerve agent on it, so that way she will die because of it. Um, and so what ends up happening is Gabriella sees this happening, um, and technically she's not supposed to be working the VIP rooms, but her friend Fiona ends up ducking out to go to a doctor's appointment, and asks, Gabriella to, cover for her, and so she does. And because of that, Gabriella sees these two men putting this nerve agent on the raspberries. So as she leaves, the guys follow her, uh, inject her with the nerve agent, and then force the raspberry down her throat. And so that's what happens, and then later, um, and as the two try to kill her, um, she bites one of the men and causes the man that she bites to get the nerve agent, and so to make sure that he doesn't go to the hospital and therefore get authorities involved, the second killer kills the other one, um, and that's what basically happened. And eventually, we find out at the end of the episode that the second Russian special forces dude is killed in an airport bathroom, to tie up loose ends, essentially. So that's basically the case of the week. Now, with James and Harrow and Fern and Callan and all that, um, you know, um, at the beginning of the episode, Nichols is trying to work on his laptop, and it's still making that glitching uh, thing. It's still looking like it's glitching. So James walks in, pretending to be computer support to fix it. And so as he's, working on the computer, Nichols has Detective Brooks bring the phone that James is trying to get back to evidence lockup so that, because it just has this really high encryption on it and he can't get it unlocked and stuff. And so, and while Brooks is there, she's like, Nichols, there's this new lead that we might have where this kid named James Reed um, uh, came into the country under a student visa, and there's a picture involved sent with it, and so she's like, check your email. So he's like, and all the while James is sitting right there, and so he's trying to tell James Reed, or he tells James, check the email for me, please, and so he does, but then he deletes the email um, before they can see it. Lo and behold, they eventually, a new computer support comes in. This time a woman, and so he's asking her to, um, he's asking her to see, and well, she fixes his computer first off, and then um, he asks her to see if there's any deleted emails or anything like that, and she finds the email that James deleted, and Nichols then realizes that James was in his office um, trying to get the phone that he left in the car and all that stuff. So um, um, and like towards the end of the episode, or I guess maybe in the middle, Nichols is asked by the deputy coroner about how things are going with the Max Orch case, because this woman named Marilee Cotter, who works in the prosecution's office, keeps asking about how how everything is going, and apparently she's being asked by lawyers of Mila Zorich to get updates and find out if they can, get things sent to her, meaning like her son's body, the items in the car, and all this stuff. So Nichols is like, I'll agree to the body being released because a mother should bury her child, but he's not going to release things in the car, like the phone. So basically, um, and then Harrow ends up telling Fern about the $22 million that he stole and all that, and then she ends up confronting him about it, but we don't get to see the end result of what they talk about or anything like that and we're not going to see until next episode. Um, and so Tanya comes back in the last scene of the episode, and so I figured she was going to come into the show in these last like 3 or 4 episodes. I figured, because it's like there's no way that she's dead and all this stuff. I mean, I personally still don't think that James is their son. Personally, I think I mean, I don't really buy that still. But she comes back um, and all that. So um, yeah, that's basically the whole entire episode. And um, next time on Harrow, she's like asking, well, do you think that James did it? And he's like, well, I don't know what to believe, and all this stuff. And then we see James trying to explain himself. Let's see how that goes out, or works for him. And then it looks like someone is killed during a reenactment of something, like a 16th, 17th century, maybe even yeah, 16th or 17th century, or yeah, it's not like something like it happening in or reenacting something in the 1800s or something like that. But so someone died because of that. Um, so yeah, it's something like that. Seems like is going on for the case of the week on Saturday. So we'll see how that goes out, or turns out, and what happens and all that stuff. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.